All right, morning thoughts, volume. There we go. Shout out to the people going out to work this morning. Shout out to the people coming in from work this morning. Extra special big up shout out to the people who work multiple jobs. I have the utmost respect for you. Shout out to my entrepreneurs, my stay at home moms and pops, my retirees. Shout out to the drivers, Uber driver, Lyft driver, truck driver, taxi driver, food delivery drivers, long distance over the road drivers. Shout out to the Brother Troy Stars trucking vlogs on YouTube. Please continue to go over to Troy's channel and support that channel. And shout out to every single clean hearted, good hearted person who wants good for others as much as you want good for yourself. You're a good person. You deserve to be respected if that's what you are. Big up on yourself and thank you for being here. Jet Bar, I'm going right into it this morning. We got a lot to talk about this morning. Shout out to Jet Bar. Jet Bar says, good morning, SouFlo. Happy Friday. What is it? It's the freaking weekend, baby. Ha ha. Clap it up. Clap it up. We're at the end of the week. Let's finish this one off strong. We had a good week this week on SouFLoTV. We didn't miss any days for the morning thoughts. I think Talk Truth Thursday was epic. And we want to finish off strong. Hope you enjoy your weekend. For those of you who are going to be leaving before this is over with, I have some business to tend to today myself. So probably won't be going far over the hour this morning. But you never know. We got a couple of things to talk about. Let me run down the topics this morning and then I am going to shout out my first 10 and then we get started. All right, while more people come on in. So this morning we're going to be talking about a particular situation that happened. I think I have the pictures of them and the story right here. Let me make sure. Yes, I do. So this man marries 61-year-old man marries his 18-year-old goddaughter. I don't know if you guys are familiar with that story. If you are familiar with the story, just say a yes. I need about 5-10 yeses before I move on, so I know if you know what I'm talking about. A 61-year-old man marries his 18-year-old, and the story is way deeper than that. Story is way deeper than that. No, no, no. Okay, so a couple of you don't, a couple of you yes, yes. I see a lot of yeses, so I know. Okay, we're gonna talk about that story this morning. Why? Really be careful who you have around your kid, but we're not going there yet. Hold on. We're going to also talk about the one of the victims in the whole church thing. You know, 3 people passed away or died or were killed in that whole church thing, out of Mobay, a cult church thing. One of them was killed by police. So I don't know why they keep saying 3. He fired at the police fired back. He was killed in a confrontation with the police, but 2 of those victims were actually part of the sacrificial ceremony that was going on at that facility. And one of them, one of the ladies, actually one of them, because now I'm finding out that it was a lady and a man that were sacrificed. The parents of, or the mother of the guy that was sacrificed has said a few things, which I'm going to get into. And I found out more about the female that was sacrificed. One particular thing that she did concerning her life insurance policy that I'm going to get into. I know a lot of people are going to call me, are going to be upset and say this is cold-hearted for me to say this, but when you follow the argument, you'll see where it goes. I have a new name. This is Yam Ultimate. You know, you have Yam Head. Yeah, you have Liquor Yam, you have Yam Root, you have Yam Ultimate. This was a Yam Ultimate move that she made. But we're going to talk about that in a minute. Update on the Winnipeg couple and that whole situation. I don't know if you remember the Canadian couple that came down to Jamaica. You know, they built their dream house or their vacation home in Jamaica, and I don't know if they built it or they bought it, but however, they had a vacation home in Jamaica, and they were there and they lost their lives there, which spawned the whole conversation about returning residents, aging, and then returning home to their land of birth to retire, etc. that person was sentenced to 2 life sentences. But I'm going to compare that to something else. So we have something else to talk about right there. So, and the way how these celebrities and high-ranking people are rushing and doing hard work to distance themselves from this pastor, this Pastor Kevin Smith, as these pictures are surfacing, right? All right. So let me go ahead and shout out a couple of people, and then we get into all this. And I'm gonna have to chop it up real quick this morning. Miami, I'm in your area sometime today. So if you're in the Miami area today and you see me out and about, why did I just do that? Let's see something. Okay, here we go. If you're in the Miami area and you see me down there sometime today, then you know, say I'm in your area. So I'm in Miami today. But anyhow, shout out to Jet Bar. Jet Bar was the first person in this morning. Big up yourself, Jet Bar. Manners and respect. Jet Bar says, good morning, SouFlo, and happy Friday. Darlene Walter Riley, thank you for being here. I appreciate you so much. King Biggs, big up yourself. Roxy Hall. Junior Lee, I'm a Inspire. Great Goodies is here. Hope all is well. Great Goodies. P9123. Pangy is here. Queenie Morris is here. TB Ford. Addie Purple. New Haven, Connecticut is in the building. Marlene McLeod. Christine Simpson is here. Kimberly Marshall. Cromer is here. And Marcia Maynard is here. Marie Murray. Dawn's Brown TV. Sexy Body is in the building. Fentress Morgan and Dre Bell are here. All right. Whoever I didn't call your name, you already know it's manners and respect, same way. See? Now let's get into the story. Before we start talking about the which one should I do first? I want to talk about either the young lady that was sacrificed in the church and the dumb moves that she made and how this all happened, or I want to talk about the 61-year-old that married his 18-year-old goddaughter. Which one do you want to hear first? Talk up. Which one do you want to hear first? I need some crowd participation this morning. It's Friday. Let's finish strong. 1 says 61, 2 says sacrifice. I never call your name. Winsome Rochester is in the building. Thank you for being here. 61, 61, 61. The Duttiman, 61. All right. Thank you. The 61-year-old it is. Shout out to all of you who said the other one is 61 I win. 61 I win. Here we go. We're just getting started. You didn't miss anything yet. Welcome. We're just getting started. All right. So this 61-year-old man, I've seen 2 videos. I've seen a video of the little girl's mother speaking about the whole relationship, and I've seen a video of the little girl or herself. I can say little girl. My oldest son is her age, so I can say little girl. See, I saw a video of her explaining, and when I read her part, I'm going to have to go into character and try to read it as her. I'm not going to play their videos on here because they've been busy removing these videos from social media. So whoever plays their stuff, you know, anybody that uses your stuff on social media, if you see your image somewhere or you see material that you've done, a video, anything, you have all rights to that video. It is yours and your image. You can actually get that removed. You can get that whole channel removed if they try to fight your request to remove your stuff. So I'm not going to go through all that. I'm just going to read literature and I will act out the parts so you understand what's going on. Give you a little idea of who we're talking about before we go ahead. The picture is crazy. This picture I think is crazy. Now, if you look at this picture, right? Let me make sure the screen is bright enough for you so you can see. That picture right there just threw me off. So that's him holding her as a baby, and that's him with her now as his wife. Mind you, she's just turned 18. She just turned 18. Now, the thing about this whole relationship is, listen to this. The thing about this whole relationship is Her mother was messing with him. Her mother was messing with him. I'm getting a lot of stick this morning in the internet stuff. I don't know. But her mother was messing with him at first. The mom did a video, and you know, the mom looks ratchet. I don't like to judge people, but she is ratchet. She got a mouthful of gold teeth that doesn't say anything. Um, she talked like one of those hood girls that will punch you in your mouth real quick and drag you by your hair and fight you. And but the truth in her video, right? She was like, hell no, I don't approve of that. And they had the nerve to invite me to the wedding. Hell no, I ain't going to that. She spoke about where him and her did the do. She spoke about, like, basically she was saying that how you gonna marry my daughter when me and you put it down already? We did that already. They were in a relationship of sorts. It was a relationship of convenience, as how the mother explained it. She was going through some hard times. She needed some financial help. He was there, but he wanted something for something. Like Vibes Cartel said, you take my money, so take body too. Take what? That was that kind of relationship between the two of them, right? She said one time her daughter started running away. I guess because the mom was so much out in the streets and living that kind of life, her daughter started running away from home, and she's trying to multitask and balance the household while doing her street thing, which you can't do. And she lost her daughter to the streets. So her daughter started running away, disappearing, and she remembers this same man who, her relationship with him was so close that she actually called him. The little girl got to know him as her godfather. This is her godfather, right? From she was born. This is your godfather. So she goes, I remember my daughter running away. I remember him coming around, helping me look for her, try to find her, and all this other stuff. I'm thinking some of them times when she was running away, she was probably running away to him because she was running away at 14. She was running away, and they are married with a 2-year-old child. She just turned 18. And as soon as she turned 18, he married her within that same space of time of her turning 18. And they have a 2-year-old. He has 3 other kids. I think he was the one that was harboring her. I think he was the one that was harboring her. So her charge now is that he groomed her daughter. He groomed her daughter and he married her when she got old enough. So those charges won't hit. Listen, when I say be careful of who you keep around your children, this is the type of stuff that I'm talking about. He's not the first one to do it. A very famous movie producer, Woody Harrelson, I believe his name was, or Woody. I don't want to say the wrong thing because there's a Woody that's an actor that's not involved in anything like that, and then there's Woody. So I don't remember. Woody Allen. Thank you. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. See, my audience is on this. There's a famous Hollywood actor whose name is Woody Allen. Go look up Woody Allen. Woody Allen marries his child that he raised. Okay, he was married to the mom. He was married to the mother, and he raised that little girl. And when that little girl was old enough, as soon as she hit that legal age, he got married to her and moved out and left the mom. Now, today, the mom has these lawsuits against him, and the mom is saying that he was a predator and she saw it, but she brushed it off as something else. She was wondering why he used to pick her up, and when he picked her up, he would put his head like in between her legs and stuff like that. But she thought he was just playing with her. Some of y'all women be bringing these strange men around and be telling the child about that's Uncle David or that's your godfather. If you stay around long enough, you'll get like a godfather title. That's your godfather. That's your uncle. That's mommy's friend. That kind of stuff. And this is how it works out. This is how it works out. Predators work their way in. He is a perfect example of what a predator is and how they operate, right? He had his eyes set on this girl from early. This was his target, and he hit his target. He hit his target. Now the story goes like this. Here's another picture of them now. This is an updated picture of them married now. So this is them. And bring it in closer, bring it in closer. And no, it's not no chisel body young boy with no six pack and no tough chest and any of that. Is it look like he could be her granddaddy, right? Am I wrong? He looks like he could be her granddaddy. Am I alone? So, in a series of posts that were shared on Facebook, Mike Huggabook had dated Deja, his name, Huggabook. Mike Huggabook had dated Deja's mother and used to be her godfather. See, these people don't take things serious, even with God and God this and God that, God parents, Godfather. They don't even know the meaning of that. They frivolously give these titles to anybody. Yeah, that's your godfather. Why he sleeping in your room, mommy? Because it's your godfather. Poor kid don't understand. They like, okay. Mike Huggabook had dated Deja's mother and used to be her godfather, but started grooming her at 14, eventually married her at 18. The couple, who are allegedly married with a 2-year-old child now, have been together since Deja was 16. The photo of the couple has sparked outrage on social media, with a lot of people condemning outrightly the union while calling out to the man for taking advantage of this girl. A lot of people are saying he needs to be arrested. And no, this is not Jamaica. This didn't happen in Jamaica. Not to say it doesn't happen there, but this one happened in Florida, in my state where I'm at. All right, so this is in the USA this time. Photos of the couple have sparked outrage on social media, with a lot of people condemning this outrightly, and a lot of people are saying this man still needs to be prosecuted and all this other stuff. Reacting to the public's outcry, Mike, via his Facebook page, warned the public to stay away from my family, adding that the women condemning his marriage to his teenage wife are only jealous of her and what they share. It seems like I'm the only nigga in this town have married a young woman. But since it's me, they got to have something to talk about. Look like you little girls are jealous of my wife, but keep on promoting us. I love it, is what he posted on social media. Deja also took to, and I saw her video. She is every bit of a 18-year-old. Matter of fact, I would say she is more like, I'm gonna have to go into character when I read her part. She is more like 15. Arrested Development is what I saw. She is, and just psychoanalyzing and analyzing her, I saw Arrested Development. She's more like 14, Ratchet 14, 15, Ratchet 16. She's not 18 mentally, but she's 18 in years. So Deja, who is the 18-year-old, also via her social media addressed the issue, noting that she's a grown woman who's capable of making her own decisions. You know, out of 18-year-olds, I'm a grown ass woman. You can't tell me nothing. I got this. I'm capable of making my own decisions. She also added that she works full time to take care of her 4 kids, and people should learn to mind their own business. This is her response to the critics. And I am going to try to read that. So her response is, action for the community to help. If anybody see my goddaughter, please contact me. And if you think I'm joking, this is the post right here where he actually put out this post. This was her at 14. This is his social media website, this site. This is when she ran away. And that was his headline that he posted, saying he was looking for her. So the mom wasn't lying. She's a runaway. She used to be a runaway a lot, got caught, got brought back home, that kind of stuff. And he's out here putting out posts on his social media, action for the community's help. If anybody see my goddaughter, please contact me or her mother. She's 14 years old and she needs to be found fast. Time is of the essence. Thank you all very much, is what the writing says right there. And that was him. He put that up. Look at the little girl. That was her at 14, right? This is her with him. So she's known him her whole life, right? Boy, may I tell you, and for those of you who are just tuning in, this is them now. Married and all, children and all. He gave this 18-year-old a bunch of kids to take care of, and she says she's taking care of her 4 kids, and y'all can't tell her nothing. Go mind your own business. All right. Another person says, and when he put this out, he said he's 40-something years old. A lady said he's not 40-something years old. That grown-ass man is 60-something years old. He tried to lie. He was arrested before, and you know, in the arrest, they normally put your true age, identity, all that stuff. So this lady posted it. Posted his arrest record along with his date of birth and everything else on it, and proved to everybody that he is not 40 nothing. The dude is 60-something years old. Married his 18-year-old goddaughter, a child that he helped to raise. Now, the way how she said her piece, she's every bit of 18. I watched her video and she talks like, you know, she had her head wrapped in a scarf and her fingernails done up and stuff. And she's like, because I'm watching, I'm seeing like, is this real? Is this real? And he's driving the car while she's in the passenger seat talking, and she like, you know what? I gotta fall into character for this. She like, you know what? Let me tell y'all a whole something. Don't be worried about my business. My business straight. I handle me. I handle mine. I got 4 cars. All 4 cars are fully paid for. I work full time and I take care of my 4 kids and my husband. And we stay in the house. We don't even much go out or venture out like that. So y'all jealous. Y'all just jealous because of what I got going on. Y'all just jealous because I made it. Y'all just jealous because we in love and y'all ain't got nothing like this. So I'm gonna tell y'all something. Go ahead and mind y'all business. Matter of fact, it ain't nobody worried about it but you little girls. It ain't nothing but no little girls that's worried about this. Why y'all all up in my business though? Huh? Why y'all is up in my business? That's how she talks. That's exactly how she talks. Out of character. That is exactly how she talks. Now I don't know what grown man in 40s, 50s, 60s, because he said he was 40-something and it came out that he was 60-something. I mean, give him, I guess, give him the credit that he, I don't get him no credit, a pedophile. I was going to say, give him the credit that he is 60-something and could actually say he's 40-something and somebody believed him, right? But I don't give him no credit, nastiness. I'm not getting no credit around here. I don't know what would make any man, grown man, feel any attraction to. Let me tell y'all something. You know what? Matter of fact, look. I work full time and I'm a wife and I take care of my 4 kids, all 4 of my kids. And I could just see him having her at the house, just beating it into her head how to be a wife, how to take care of kids, how to take care of my kids plus your kids, how to, and she's just, you know what this is? She's waiting on the ark. That's that Kevin Smith treatment he's giving her. He all up in her brain. I gotta laugh, but it's not even funny. But at this point, she's past the age where we can be like, police, go rescue her. She's in danger. It's over now. They crossed the threshold. She's 18, legal age. of an adult in the United States of America. You know, I was trying to do some business recently and my son was involved. So I went up to the counter, right? Because I'm such daddy. I'm this guy, like super dad. So I'm still thinking of my 18-year-old as my responsibility and all this. So I goes up to the counter to conduct the business. And the guy behind the counter, this was recently, the guy behind the counter said, hold on, wait a minute. Are you Tafari? I said, no, I'm his dad. And the guy said, okay, well, sir, I'm gonna have to ask you to take a couple steps back. And the way he said it was like how the police would tell you, I'm gonna have to ask you to turn around and put your hands behind your back. You know, I'm like, what the? I'm gonna have to ask you to take a couple steps back. I was like, I'm his dad. I'm here with him. He goes, matter of fact, I need you to step back far enough so you're not involved in this. The only way I can speak to you about this is with the consent of Tafari. I'm looking around like Tafari is standing right here. Um, Tafari, consent. Like, you know, but that's how it is. That is how it is. A legal adult. So right now, at the age that she is, she could pop on. Oh, she goes, y'all just mad because I'm popping my shit. I'm gonna forever be popping my shit. And pardon my language, but I'm just giving you her. See? I don't know what grown man would think that this is wife material. This is something that's sicker than wife and husband. What attracts you to that at that age? Right? If he's 60 something, he is my parents' age. And I'm a grown man. So what attracts you as a 60 something year old to just now at 60 something married that who just turned 18? I think he was trying to avoid prison. I think he knew the charges were coming. I think he also had that in his mind all along that he was going to marry her. He has another thing coming. Y'all know we did these stories on SouFLoTV Morning Thoughts before, right? Where we said, when you're that age, if a younger female, especially that young, finds you attractive, I guess it's flattering, but just leave it right there. Same thing for you ladies. Don't let the work reverse the roles. And a lot of you start celebrating. You start celebrating. Go ahead, girl. Get it while you can get it, and that kind of stuff. Yeah. Old cougar and whatever else y'all want to call yourself. But you got to understand that when that 18, 19-year-old looks at you and he winking an eye and all that stuff, it ain't you the finest thing in the room. It's not because you're the finest thing in the room. It's not because it's not because he sees a future with you. Because 18 to 61 or 63 or 64, I think he is, 18 to 60 something, that's worlds away. That's worlds away. He can't even give her a good 20 years of life. If he does, by the time 20 years roll around, he'll be like 84, 85. He'll be going up on 90 years old. I haven't seen too many 84, 85-year-olds that function, you know, like we have it all now. So she's gonna end up being his nurse if she's still around, his caretaker, if he's still around. I don't know if he has assets, apparently, that she's probably thinking, counter thinking on the other end. She's like, I'm gonna endure this for a little while. I came out of poverty. I'm gonna catch this man. It's okay, I'm gonna have his children, I'm gonna stay. He ain't got much long. You know, his belly already way big as hell. He look like he about to have some diabetic issues going on. And shortly after that, he'll be deceased. I don't think he'll be around in 20 years. Maybe Shorty is calculating. Maybe maybe she is calculating. He drink a whole lot and he smoke. And he grossly overweight. His belly like 9 months pregnant. He ain't gonna be around for too long, girl. I can see her sitting around with her little young friends, right? Because they all ratchet and they all came about the struggle. They all come from the trenches. So I could see them plotting. Like, I'm gonna get that house. He in pension stages. He's retirement funds and pension stages. See, so he's collecting his pension. He's collecting his social security. His money comes in shore while he just sits at home now because he don't work 40 something. 40-something years already in a career, which she ain't even half of that. He really believed that. I'm saying the same thing. He got to be rich. Either he rich or he got some money. But the mom said it. The mom said he got some money, and she was going through some things. This is her mom talking, and that's how she ended up started messing with him when her daughter was just a tiny tot. You seen him in the picture holding her. So he really, really convinced himself that this is lifelong, and she's the wife, the one. Boy, God must have really loved you, huh? He don't love nobody else but you. Gave you up. Or you like the Muslims who say when they die they're going to that place where and you'll be rewarded with like 100 virgins or something like that. I don't know. People out here crazy. But you got to think that Shorty probably is counter planning as well. That man don't have no love for her. He don't have no love for her. This is a relationship of convenience. This is a relationship based on she need a place to stay. She needs someone to have her back, to look out for her, to finance her, to allow her to pop her shit so she can brag to others from the neighborhood she comes from. I don't know where she comes from, pork and beans over in Overtown. I don't know where she comes from, the projects, but she can pop her stuff. She can say, I came up, I got 4 cars, all paid for, but you didn't pay for none of them, baby girl. You didn't pay for any of them. I'm independent, but he pays all the bills. She's just, this is a typical 18-year-old. What's sickening about this whole situation is because I'm not gonna make her the victim, make her the person who we pound upon. We need to pound upon this guy because obviously, them times when she was running away at 14 and he was putting out help me find my goddaughter messages on social media with her pictures and everything, he was the one that was harboring her. She was running away to him. Yeah. So, boy, the mom, I see a lot of people saying comments after the mom left her message. A lot of people are saying, yeah, but you failed your daughter. You failed your daughter because you were too out in the streets. Because the mom's the same way. The mom's like, yeah, I was out there, I was out in the streets, you know what I'm saying? I was turning up, I was doing my thing, I was turning up, I was doing my thing. You know what I mean? I was out there in those streets. She failed her daughter. Big time. She actually made it possible, or yes, she actually made it possible for this predator to get to her daughter, and he got to her. He got to her. Not only got to her, but took her away. Kai, how come you're not in the other room? You don't want to go in that other room? Hey, side note, real quick, right? Kai said, Alexis Fowler says, I want all boys. Like my grandfather used to say, what my grandfather used to say, tell the women in the neighborhood to protect your girls because my boys can't come on with no belly. That kind of so you want all boys? Headaches come with that too. Side note, real quick, a joke. I woke up this morning real early from 5 o'clock, right? So I said I'm starting morning thoughts at 6 a.m. because I have things to do today. Who wakes up right behind me? Kai. Kai comes in here, and he starts throwing around all his toys, right? Bang, 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 bang. As I'm setting up to get started. So I said, no, Kai, this is not going to happen this morning. I'm going to take all your stuff and I'm going to put you in the other room, okay? The other room has a TV in it. You can bring your tablet too. I set up his tablet. Take some of your toys and bring them over there too and all this other stuff. Kai looks at me. Kai looks at me, right, and goes, Kai says, Daddy grumpy? I said, what, Kai? He says, Daddy grumpy. I says, Kai, I'm not grumpy. I'm I'm not grumpy. I need to do something on the computer and I can't have the noise. Okay, I'm trying to reason, rational reasoning with a 3-year-old. I said, Daddy grumpy. Ah, boy. Well, me have all man picnic. Just hope them not turn full over gal picnic. And that happens a lot. That happens a lot. I hear them female conversations. Girl, let me tell you, he old as hell. He can't do nothing. And they talking about their man. He old as hell. He can't really do nothing. It don't take much for me to satisfy him. By the time I touch him like this and that, he can't even go there. He just he out for the night. And he don't really care what I do. He pay all the bills. He let me go out. You know, I be turning up when I go out. And if that's how you want to be talked about and treated, then go ahead. Have her be 18 and you be 64. And it will surely reach you. Because this the only people I see do this, and I can't even swear for them, is like the Asian community. And I can't even swear for them because they're humans too. So I'm pretty sure I heard one, I don't know what I was watching the other day, and the woman said, and woman and man talk. So the man said, I want to marry you, I want to take care of you, I want to protect you, provide for you, and all this. And she goes, yeah, that sounds good and all that. And he goes, he asked her something about, will you be faithful to me? And she said, yes. Will you be faithful to me? And he said, yes. He said, so in the marriage, everything, like he said something about, will you honor the marriage and will you be faithful in the marriage? Will I have a faithful wife? Whatever, I forgot what part, but it was those line of questioning. And she said, yeah, as long as the sex is satisfying. See, marriage is for life, right? And marriage is for life. So all of us that are grown and intelligent, I don't need to spell that out. Marriage is for life. See? So you have to already from the beginning do your calculations and be like, okay, well, time and gravity is going to do its thing. And he's not going to be what you want him to be just because that is who you like now. Gravity and time is going to do its thing, just like it's going to do its thing to you. The same thing is going to happen to him. See? You get dry, him can't get up, this kind of stuff, that kind but hey, that's life. That's life. But in this particular situation, I really think he's not going to jail. He's not going to jail. This guy, I would like to, but he's not. And now that he has a child with her, he probably definitely not going to jail. Because now she can stand as his wife and be like, I don't have anything to say. Because they're going to ask questions. How long has he been messing with you, or you've been messing with him, whatever? If she could stand in a court of law and says, well, let me see. I used to run away at 14. And I used to go over to his house. And then he used to put out stuff saying he looking for his goddaughter. And then it started from there. It became a comfort thing, and he told me he always had my back. And if I was a little older, he would get with me because I'm so mature in the mind. I'm more mature than my mom. This is the type of stuff they tell them. I'm more mature than my mom. And he loves the conversations that we have and all that. And he was there to protect me. And it started. If she was able to go on a court of law and say this, he would be going to prison. But she's not going to do it. They're married. It's sealed. And I believe there's something in the law that says the law cannot force a wife to testify against a husband or a husband to testify against a wife. So they just got to leave them alone. They just got to leave. So all now, this is just entertainment now. But this is a lesson for all of us. Watch your children. Watch who you keep around your children. Them step parents there and them godparents there. That could turn out really bad. Really, really bad. Things could be happening under your nose and you don't even know it. Right? She got to make her mistake to learn, I guess. That's a hell of a mistake. But it didn't kill her. Right? Shayona Stanley, that's a hell of a mistake. But it didn't kill her, so I guess she will learn from this. You see, time is the best teacher. Life and time is the best teacher out there. Yes, brainwashing is big business, Omega Brown. And I'm getting to realize that a lot of people are easily manipulated and brainwashed, which is how I'm going to segue over into our next topic. This cult pastor, Mr. Kevin Smith, Mr. Kevin Smith out of Montego Bay or Jamaica, with the church and the two big houses and all these things, and the people he's sacrificing and all these things. One of the people, so I don't know if you know it, there were two people when they burst into the place where they were at, and the eyewitnesses that were on the hill looking down and say, yo, them see some naked man gyrate themselves around in a circle and somebody laying in the middle and all this. Call the police. Um, Two of the persons when they got there that were deceased, one was a guy apparently because his mom spoke out, and the headline on the Gleaner says the mother of the one of the victims says that her son was lowered there with the promise of a new kidney that he needed badly. So apparently her son was having kidney failure, right? And met this man who convinced him that they could get him a new kidney. Now, I don't know how them all get him a new kidney. Watch how this conversation is going to go right quick. They would probably get him a new kidney. This is me thinking outside the box. They would probably get him a new kidney from someone that they would kidnap and sacrifice if he paid enough or turned over his assets to them, which means they would have to have doctors that are in cahoots with this whole organization, this whole movement. It's not far-fetched. Why it's not far-fetched is because, you know, when you're dying, you grab onto straws, or when you're drowning, you grab onto straws. A leaf, if you see a leaf floating in the water and you drowning, you're going to grab that leaf, thinking the leaf, hoping, praying, thinking the leaf might be able to save you. So when your kidney is renal failure is nothing nice. So when your kidney starts to go and you have this person who seems like a position of authority and is wealthy and is well respected by many and worshipped by many, and he tells you that we can get you a new kidney, come on over, we'll work it out for you. You're probably thinking, man, I tried everything else and we don't have no money, so may I go with him? I'm gonna go with him. And then you end up in here, right? Now, the one that I said was a yam ultimate, which is the ultimate yam head, is the female, because that was the guy and he's deceased. He went over there thinking he was going to get a new kidney. He lost his life as a sacrifice. The female now, I read the whole thing. Her co-workers are talking of, her co-workers are saying she was always jovial and nice and all these other things. I'm going to tell you how I think that doctors and other people are involved. We'll get to that in a minute. But her Yam Ultimate move that she made, when she took out her life insurance policy existed before, right? I think she has a daughter, and I believe her parents were on her life insurance policy. So she removed them from her life insurance policy at pastor's request and put pastor as the beneficiary on her life insurance policy. This is now proven. I heard about it before. I didn't want to report it because I wanted them to come out and say, yes, it is actually true. We have the life insurance policy paperwork. It shows here that up until this and this point, these were her beneficiaries. Around this date and time, they were removed as beneficiaries, and he, Kevin Smith, was signed on to this life insurance policy as her beneficiary. She ended up getting sacrificed. Her coworkers are talking how jovial she is and stuff, and they're gonna miss her. And they noticed weird things about her, but they didn't really think anything of it. One lady said she kept storing up a whole lot of stuff. Now she understands it's because she was waiting for the ark to come. And he was telling her all this stuff. There's going to be food shortage coming. There's going to be pandemonium coming. There's going to be craziness coming. So prepare yourself. tell her what kind of rice to buy. She bought brown rice instead of white rice. Them see her packing up a whole bunch of kerosene oil and all these things, and they were like, one of them said, I thought she was going to be selling kerosene oil, like a side hustle or something. I don't know. You don't really get into people's business like that. A man spoke about when she invited them, she always inviting all of us to come up there to come with her. Nobody would go. One of one of the workers said, I told her that I have my own church. My mother took sick. She said, come, bring your mother. Pastor Shirley can heal her. And they described her as the kind of person that anything he said, she did. Because she believed that he was like next to God. This is the kind of faith and blind following and belief she had in him. So anything he said, she did it. Anything. Right? The brother said he was invited. He eventually went. Let me go check this out. See what it's about. So he goes up there and he said, you see, from the minute he got there, it was a bag of weirdness because he saw him preaching, which this video y'all probably have seen by now. He saw the man preaching. And him said one time, he go up there and him see the man preach. Him said, this kind of weird because as he's touching people, they're falling down. And then he saw many other weird stuff that had him take away himself and never return to that place. So he doesn't understand how she got caught like that because she is not a minor and she doesn't have any learning delay or disabilities. She is someone that was considered to be intelligent, bright, well able to communicate and think on her own, and she ended up here. I said to somebody, I said, which is an old saying, a lot of women who are into this church and religion and thing, they're more faithful to their pastor than they are to even their husband at home. Enough of them, that's why them can't keep our whole a good man. They're more faithful to pastor than they are, and secretly they lust after pastor. They want pastor because they look at pastor. Why do you think they go there and the pulpit is seated higher? And they sit down here and they look up at this man who is so well dressed and he has this fancy car outside. Oh, him switch the car so him have a next one. Jeez, want to live in him life. You know what I'm coming like? They're coming like who scroll social media looking at people and be like, you look goody. I'm going to see what I'm really about. I'm going to say, oh, you drive a nice car. Oh, I have two of them. Holy pan name brand pan him, Mr. Gucci, Fendi, Prada, what that? Hermes, yes. That's his house. Oh my God, look on the pool. I want to jump in the pool there with him. I want to be in his life. People actually do this. They get on social media and they start lusting like crazy. Just daydream the day away. Just vicariously living through people's picture. And that's why when a lot of people get on social media, they're vexed as hell about their own life. Because they're like, I don't have that. This man just bought her. Oh, wow. That's her push present. She just had a baby. That's her push present. She got a Bentley with a big old bow on it. She got a new house. And he put down $50,000 in cash and spread it out all over the bed. Mix it up with roses and other pretty flowers. And then your baby mother turn and look on you. And give you you ain't. You're not doing nothing for me. My life is a failure. I'm sure I can do it better than you. And they go back on social media and they dream some more. Ooh, look on this one. Men do it too. I'm not. This is not just geared at the females. I'm just giving an example. You know what I'm saying? And what they don't understand is a lot of this stuff on social media is fake. People go through great lengths. People rent time in a private jet that never takes off with them. They actually have that available for you to do. I think it's like $125 for an hour, and we flick it up for the whole hour. Take as many pictures and videos as you can. They even make it look like the jet is in the sky with what they put outside the window. Something look like a green screen or a screen moving, so you look like you're in the clouds and they're jet setting, and you all into people fake life. And you know, and oh, I want a body like hers. Man, she just came back from Mexico. She risked her life for that surgery. but you want a body like hers, okay? And she on there, but I get up and I work out at 5 every morning, and then I drink this tea. And if you want to have a slim waist like mine, drink this tea. And you're like, yeah, look for the tea if you buy it, because you want a slim waist like hers. All illusions. All illusions. But brother said when he went to the church and he saw what they were doing inside of that church, he knew everything was wrong. So what this is the scene he described. Apparently it's a regular thing at this church, right? He is God to them. Oh. Wait, let me pause this. Pastor, if you box me like that, I'll cuff you up. Me can't take the box there. Did you see that? Yo, I'm clock the man like, bow! Right like dead center of his face too. Bow! He didn't fall back from no spirit, holy or unholy. He fell back from that box. Bow! And everybody else knew that he would box them just like that in private. So them just start obeying. You understand? They were instructed. This is what a him slap the man said, bow! Bow! No, no. Salvation not gonna reach me like this. Watch, I don't want to let down the people then, brother. Wait. Pastor, let me watch this one more time because I'm intrigued. I honestly am. This can't real. And this isn't Jamaican. This is him. So if y'all would want what's going on in that church. Karachi. You remember them old karate movies? Man spin on 10 people fly off. This is what the brother said he saw. And he was wondering why people are screaming like that and rolling around like that. And he thought that was weird. So he never go back. Well, the box the door. The box, no, I'm sorry. The box have me. The box have me. Me have to play the box one more time. Just the box. The box have me. Watch it. Watch the box. Pastor, you can't do me that. Watch the box. Hold on. Flat to me now. My granny. Yo, he clapped the money in that face, right? Bow, and then he ran up on him like this. He's like, you're not gonna fall. You're not. And the brother fall. I'm sure that brother was thinking, what? I didn't sign up for all this. This is what y'all invite me to? The funny thing about this, and why I said doctors and all those might have been involved, right? And I think they were. You know, a lot of pictures have been surfacing. And the pictures have been surfacing. I know y'all seen the picture of him and Portia Simpson Miller, our first female prime minister of Jamaica. Y'all seen the picture, right? And he kissed Portia Simpson Miller with that new dance. New dance. This dance is called Go Up in the Ark. So catch a new dance. Look a bit of dance all in here this morning. Go up in the ark. Go up in the ark. Go up in the ark. All right. So this pardon me. Portia Simpson Miller is seen. Portia Simpson Miller is seen kissing him on him jaw. Now you know, and I know, we don't just kiss anybody on their cheek, and definitely not like that. Right? That was a well-placed kiss, and you could see the admiration in her face and everything. Not only her, I seen a picture of him and Christopher Martin. I seen a picture of him and Warren G. Or not Warren G, but Warren Warren G. A picture of him and Warren G, no? The athlete that's not running anymore. I've seen a picture of him and quite a few people. Quite a few people are the pictures are popping up now everywhere. Warren Weir, thank you. I'm thinking Warren G from hip hop, Snoop Dogg, them era. Warren, rest in peace. But pictures are popping up everywhere, and I think everybody is now afraid, and they're like, "Oh damn, my picture about to pop up next," and then they're gonna start for me because everybody first Spice knew Obiaman that don't do it. I didn't say that. Um, 'Cause I know Spice well spicy. I never said nothing like that. It's not me. Unless I see the picture with her and him, then she can't talk me for us. So what am I gonna say? Warren, yeah, man. R.I.P. Warren G. Real legend. But this Warren Weir, world champion Warren Weir, sprinter Warren Weir, and a bunch of other people. The pictures have popped up. I don't know if y'all have seen the video of his birthday celebration and in Montego Bay, Jamaica. I mean, the whole town came out. They had the drones out, the aerial view, limousine ride, back-to-back luxury cars. The whole town dressed up in them Sunday best and come out. And there were quite a few people in attendance who are people of power and position of authority. So these people are now trying so hard to distance themselves. His church actually belonged to an official church body entity that is based in Canada. Is based in Canada. They just released information yesterday saying they have officially dropped his organization, which is Pathways International Ministries. They have officially dropped his organization from their roster, and he is no longer recognized, and his facility, his business is no longer seen as a part of their organization. Remember when I told y'all, I said, listening to him talk, I heard when he said, they took my Canadian passport, and I said, boom, I subtracted that little piece of information, and I went and looked, and I said, he is probably from Canada or has ties to Canada. Why else could you have a Canadian passport? If Canada offers dual citizenship, then he will probably have a Canadian passport and a Jamaican passport, right? So there you have it. That was his link to Canada. Now they're coming out talking about some Catholic something. They're coming out talking about, oh, we no longer recognize him. We've dropped him. It's a shame that he went and did those things in Jamaica. Bad boy. We don't want to be a part of him. We're not like that. And so is Kai. I try to take over. And so is all these other people. Let me tell you my story. I met him, but that's all it was. People are putting out press conferences, and their PR people are on it. Warren is a superstar, and at the time he was popping. You know, when you're hot in the Olympic time and these times, everybody want to take a picture with you when them see you out the road, or they want to invite you to their events and all these other things. This guy was pretty cunning. I'm willing to bet because I've actually seen a video of, I think it's Cecile, that's saying that she ran into him one time and he was trying to pull her in as well. I think he was smart enough to go after entertainers and sports figures and people in positions of authority. Why? Because he was going after the money. And these people earn a good money compared to the average people. Compared to the average people in Jamaica, your average salary, that's not what he's looking for. You can come drop that in the bucket for offering. But I want big donations and I want to be associated with big names. That gives your business clout. Oh, superstars go there? I want to go there too. Mama Portia did that. Me want to go there. This is going to be my new church. Oh, yo, Olympic sprinter Warren Weir there, you know. Oh, Christopher Martin, Mr. Christopher Martin on church on Sunday, you know. And he never sing no lem song, then did I sing Christian song and thing. Mr. So and so. That kind of give his brand more fuel for his fire then. And he was very wise at doing that. But let me say this. All the people that's trying to distance themselves now, I don't believe all of you. I don't believe all of you. I think that catch your obia man and you and you don't want to be roasted. A fire blaze right now and you don't want to get thrown out. You don't want to be roasted. It's just like the people in the church who are now saying it's the first time they had ever seen anything like this or him do anything like this or I was so scared I ran away and this and that. No, y'all seen him do this kind of things before. Y'all seen him do these kind of things before. And if the police did not get there, he would have completed his mission that day. And when we came to ask as investigators, the whole of us would have said, me never seen nothing. My pastor, Pastor Kevin Smith, is a good man. Why are you trying to tear him down? You know how much people him help? And these kind of things. That's what would have been the storyline. Had the JCF not bust up in there and find everything. So all these people, from the celebrities to the... If you want to know, again, how can you offer someone a new kidney and you're talking to an intelligent person and then the back to person you talk to, Kai, Makai. That's how you read? What part of reading is that? If you want to know why I said that doctors, politicians, religious leaders, law enforcement officials, and other high-ranking officials are connected to this man and were in dealings with this man, if you want to know why I said that, all right. News headline today in Jamaica. Police High Command to reassign senior intelligence officer whose wife is a member of Pathway International Ministries. That's the headline. Senior intelligence officer whose wife is a member of Pathways International Ministries. Okay, so first of all, right, you are a senior intelligence officer. Let me read the article a little more. It says that this was his constituency also. Mobay, that's all, which part of the church located and everything. That is where this senior intelligence officer is assigned. So you're a senior intelligence officer. You know what's going on around here. Your wife goes there. No, me thinking you go there too. Both of y'all go there. Because I know very few Jamaican men whose wife is a member of anything that they don't know about. You know what I'm saying? Especially a senior intelligence officer. So now they're saying that they are pondering moving him, reassigning him to somewhere else because they don't want it to look to the public like there is a conflict of interest as they carry out further investigations to bring about charges. That's gone too far already. Y'all can't fix that. This is a conflict of interest. I don't think any law enforcement official from Montego Bay should be involved in this at all. Just give them a break. Leave them. Leave them and let somebody else from somewhere far out, even though it's the same parts on the same body, if you know what I mean. But I would feel much better that it's just like when the Beaches thought something went down and people were like, yo, any police from Portland got in a that, you know, said over. Nothing ain't gonna come out of it. This has to be somebody from somewhere else. And look where them come grab him from, right? Look where they came from to grab him. So it's the same thing in this case. It can't be the same people them because them the whole of them know. They know. I don't know to what degree they know, but they know. Your wife is a police officer. Your husband is a senior intelligence officer. This is the headline. Go look it up and read the whole story. Police High Command to reassign senior intelligence officer whose wife is a member of Pathways International Ministries. So you're asking me if police involved? You're asking me why would I think that doctors could be involved and in out there a kidney? You're asking me why I think high-ranking officials and people of stature are involved. Well, look at all the pictures that are coming out. He's rubbing elbows and shaking hands with a whole lot of powerful people and a whole lot of people who are famous. He couldn't see this coming. SouFlo, have you seen a video? He was spitting in the people's face and a woman in a yellow hit him. I don't know if it's the same pastor. Yeah, that's a different pastor. That's not even in Jamaica. The video you're talking about is from Africa. It's not the same pastor. But this right here. So they're asking now, the people are asking now, so okay, what's taking y'all so long to bring about charges? You know, somebody said, SouFlo, you know, even in America, so don't act like Jamaica must do anything different. When crimes happen, the investigative process takes a time. Allow the people in Jamaica, on the ground, to do their investigations. Give them their time and stop rushing the thing. I'm not rushing it. I'm all for the investigation, proper investigation. It's kind of interesting though that nobody has been charged so far, but they come in there and found 2 dead bodies on the ground. It's kind of interesting that they're kind of not saying anything more than what we already know from seeing, you know? So we will wait to see how this one goes. But let me say this. Anyhow, Jamaica let this man go. Released on bail, pending trial, or any other something there, you already know what it is. The man probably have secrets for some of them, right? And he's probably sitting in his cell right now, you know, probably cross up him leg them. I can't cross my leg them, my huevos them grande. Probably sitting in his cell saying stuff like that. Yeah, man. Charge me now. Charge me. Hey, Commissioner, you remember the 14th of January 2019? Remember that meeting? Charge me now. Charge me if you think you're bad. He has secrets. They might have secrets for some of them people here. You're live on the air with SouFLoTV. Good morning. Yeah, man, go on. Well, me take it. You're up on the ear now, so go on.
Yeah. So me don't want to touch upon me touch upon the little girl first, the 18-year-old girl. I have a question. Based on Florida law, would the fact that she have a 2-year-old for the guy constitute for like a charge since she just turned 18?
Yes, it would. But in some of these southern states, and I don't like to talk on things I don't know, but in some of these southern states, the law, the consent age is 16 if they're married. If but them right, but them never married at the time, but they're married now. But the baby would prove, right, that he molested her off and did this and breed her at 16, which you're right.
Yeah.
Absolutely right.
So in the case of like statute of limitation, that still would be a fresh case, right?
I don't know. The only thing we know is murder has no murder has no expiration date as far as when you could be prosecuted. But I think some of these crimes do have an expiration date or could come out different, like if them get married and all these kind of things.
So the fact that they're married now would have override certain things, because if like as we all know, police in America, they know if they want to set charge, if they find the grounds to press charge, but a suspect,
right?
Right.
Right. She don't have to say, I want to press charges. Even if she said, no, I'm not telling y'all anything. I know in the state of Florida, that's how it is in abuse cases or suspected abuse cases. You know, you can't thump your wife in her eye and then she'd say, when police come, she's like, I don't want to press charges. The state will take it up and press charges anyways. But as far as the married thing go and the off-age thing, I don't know the ins and outs of that. But it looked like he looked like he should be facing some kind of court thing. Obviously. Obviously. Yes. Exactly.
That thing not just happened 2 years ago or 3 years ago. A years now, probably for the whole of our childhood.
True. So him well in our brain.
Segue into the whole brainwash thing right now with all the church man then.
Mm-hmm.
Let me touch on that a little bit. You see, I don't know if you ever hear about the church of Satan. You ever hear nobody talk about the church of Satan?
Yes, man.
A long time I hear about that in Jamaica, but I never see one now.
But it's a real thing.
It's a real thing, because my cousin that you see that place, that cult thing, that's not just the only cult that Mobay that are in Jamaica. But a lot of people just focus on that one alone.
Right.
What them down there?
Me know. Me say.
Spanish town thing, isn't it? And them outright bowl with them thing too.
Ball.
But my opinion on this whole thing, because to tell the truth, I was a Christian. See me? I was a Christian. And it's since me grew up now and turn a man, you know, and start experiencing things, realize that, yo, most of these things that we get taught in the church, boy, if we don't have a man to walk with tree, you know.
Yeah, Granny would I say your backslide.
Exactly. But me now, the reason why me can have the strength to rebel when them tell me anything when me not believe, because of my own personal struggles, doesn't it? You see, if everything was peaches and cream and all was well, I never faced no struggle in my life. Everything with them tell me would accept, you see what I say? But growing up, the amount of struggle me face, nobody to turn to, man tell me one thing over and over, me not see no change that comes. So me kind of start focus on my own energy, isn't it?
Yeah.
And I saw me find this trend now to start doing me need to do now. Me kind of start realizing, yo, most of these teachings in the Bible, it might have a meaning, but everybody take it and interpret it for them own way, isn't it? Like one scripture, one man can interpret one scripture 10 different ways.
Right. Right.
That's where the confusion comes from, isn't it?
Right.
Man, I use the scripture to match their agenda, isn't it?
Right. That's what most people do anyway.
Yeah. So that's why the alphabet people can even use the scripture and try to justify them action to certain things. And Peter can use the Bible and try to justify them action to certain things. You see me? I say?
Yeah.
When we want to come before we leave, when it come on to this spiritual thing, you see me? I say? A lot of people don't really think deeper into things. We don't take time to think for ourselves no more.
No.
Isn't it? What is the difference between witchcraft and miracle?
Me don't know. Tell me now.
Them pretty much the same thing, you know. And the entity behind the action, you know, make the difference, you know.
Brother, you know, so them jam up with live though. Y'all watch live? Y'all watch live?
Yeah, but me can't watch it now because I'm on the phone.
Yeah, the live freeze, you know. The live freeze. Me I look for myself, not even moving on screen. Okay, see there? Now what a freeze. Constantly. We find out so when we start say certain, I don't know if everybody else noticed this, but when we start touch certain topics and say certain things, you don't notice that the computer always start glitch.
Yeah. Well, me not going to tarry too long, but since we're on the topic, what me not say with the whole spiritual thing.
Talk man, wifey just tune in and said the live is fine. I guess on my computer, my freeze fine.
Alright, so remember the story in the Bible when it's with Moses, when God sent Moses to Pharaoh, see? And Pharaoh have few magicians, them running.
See?
And when them throw for them rod at ground and they turn in a snake. People have said that witchcraft, see? But when Moses threw film on the ground too, it turned a bigger snake and eat up them the snake there. but nobody don't look for that as witchcraft because what? Moses is for God and the magician them in.
Yeah. Yeah. We didn't just find that funny, but yeah.
You understand? It's the same action. So what was the difference between them two then? One make one witchcraft and one a
True. True.
So most of these things when you see people man touch man drop a glove and them thing there. And all of them are forgot, you know.
True.
God don't tell you say, man will come and call say Jesus, but not everybody who say Lord is with him. Isn't it? But we are so brainwashed. We are so brainwashed and caught up in this thing. We start worship man more than even focus on what we focus on. Isn't that my youth?
True. Very true.
That is why 99% of we are gonna fall and suffer because we don't use our mind and we sense it no more.
And we were blessed with it, you know. We have it.
Of course.
Yeah.
Listen. Man, I tell you, say you have to go through them to talk to God. But the same Bible proves say you now have a leader for God talk to you.
See it.
Paul himself was a killer. Paul himself was a murderer. And God, the Bible said Jesus himself or God himself talked to Paul directly. And changed Paul. Paul never need a pastor. Paul never need a pastor to change, you know. So we have to know ourselves and we have to seek out the Spirit. Isn't that say? Man, I look on and say, God, man look on the fact say God. The Bible says God work with God image and likeness. But the man look on the altar, the man look on the flesh. It's not the flesh, because God never have no flesh. It's the inner man the Bible talk about, the Spirit, the one we can't see. Because the man when we're looking at the mirror and saying that's not really you.
Talk. You're dependent it this morning, brother. Facts.
No, I like me a truck driver when me drive, me think about all of that stuff, isn't it?
See it.
Me a drive 8 hours straight this morning, I just think, like I think gonna concern me, I think about. Isn't that say?
See it.
So them thing I stuff like back up in me. And it kind of hurt me to see how people can be so naive and so simple.
And be manipulated, so.
Okay, that group of people they get brainwashed and be so stupid. What kind of ark? What are waiting in the back of a church yard? We go away.
Yeah. Talk, man. And you know what? It's not even like Sam call them down at the beach, right? No, me I put some joke in that, but the truth. It's not like him call them down to the beach and them gather up down a hell shot and them say, okay, the ark will come in from the water over here. So them in a one barren place when the water not there, so the ark will sail off on dry land.
And apart I was so upset. Apart I was so angry, so for me, not gonna lie. Just for the fact that 144 people take up themselves, gone at church, that listen to this man about Ark come.
And get last minute message and show up, you know.
And get last minute. But you see that number there? That number is significant, you know, because you see the Bible mentioned that, you know.
The 144. My truck driver lose him signal sometime and I know I go already out on the road. Yeah. Oh man. No? Yeah, you did it?
Yeah, SouFLo.
All right.
Yeah.
Go ahead. All right.
You see the 144?
Yes, brother.
That number is a significant number because the Bible mentioned it, you know. I think it was in the Old Testament when the Bible mentioned about the 144 people, you know. It has said, when the rapture come around, it's 144 people are going to the rapture.
And 144,000. And 144,000.
144,000. So it kind of rally back off of the whole fact about the tribe of Israel, isn't it?
Right.
Nobody is significant. So my use the Bible and manipulate the people there.
Facts.
Isn't it? And
Facts.
I would not be surprised if they dig up that church and they find much body in there, you know.
That me say. Look up there. All in. One time.
Them never hesitate to wash down the bun down and knock down the house over here when them say they have smoke evidence, you know.
Eve.
This you know. Get people red-handed and do them kind of stuff, yeah. And about grounds for maybe.
Maybe. Can't believe that.
Yo, me tell you, man, me tell you, my blood, that boy, like, me know. Okay.
But
God alone know why man don't have power, you know. Cause some things that go through the mind, when I say, would I do to all the government in the rest of that? They need a shake up.
Yeah.
Yo, they need some devious wake up call, you know.
Don't know.
Nothing now go change and them now go attack nothing.
True. My brother. Yeah, cut up on me now. All right, am I lose signal again? We're cutting up again. I don't know about y'all, but Mike, you guys are. Yeah, cut up halfway. I said we're not here again.
Well, I guess they don't have a bench and something. But go and guess up
Yes. All right, my brother. Manners and respect here, and thank you.
All right, sir.
All right. Listen, I'm telling y'all that my screen is freezing. I tell me that this screen good. Is it freezing or is it good to you? Because I was just on my screen for a good 2 minutes just now staring at myself, frozen. 12,000 from each of the 12 tribes. Notice Chan could not look in the camera. Listen to me. May I say it again? There are people here. That caller just hit every nail on the head like him is a carpenter and him going this morning and the nail them just stick up out that board. So and he been doing this for years. He just nailed every nail on the head. When I tell you that politicians, other religious leaders, because them in cahoots. See, so other religious leaders come around. It's just like when they had the plantation and you had plantation masters used to go around and have meetings with other plantation masters to figure out, well, how come your plantation is producing so much? What are you doing? What's the secret? Right? And then some of them give out them secret enough for a fee. And some of them don't give out them secret at all. They just work hand in hand with them. Because my business is booming, so you want to work hand in hand with me. See? When I tell you that politicians, other religious leaders, law enforcement officials, doctors, lawyers, you name it, they're in here. They are in here. And you see them move some certain kind of way, just know, remember I said this, anyhow they let this man out and talk about bail until trial or anything like that, you already know what it is. People's secret did not go bust out. And he has that over them. The only thing they can do to get away is probably kill this man behind bars and say him kill himself or something. Or set him up to get killed because more talk. I think Kevin Smith is not doing no time. And if he is well calculated like I think he is, he can't be just a simple man. He can't be just a simple man. You understand? He can't be just a simple man. Look at the assets. Look at the power he holds over people. Look at the people that are attached to him or are now being exposed to have been attached to him at some point. Him man is no simple man. That man have them thing planned out. So let's see how this is going to go. Me have my eye upon it like this. And the last thing I want to talk about this morning is the Winnipeg couple from Canada. That Winnipeg couple from Canada, the youth killed the two people then. And I remember, I covered this story extensively. Matter of fact, I can say this on here because I was contacted by I believe it's their daughter. I was contacted by one of their kids, either daughter or son, who wrote a nice paragraph saying thank you for the way you brought the story across and bringing awareness to my parents' demise and all this other stuff, and that was heartfelt because when it happened to them, I was on I want Jamaicans overseas to come back home. because I was getting so disheartened. I go to Jamaica multiple times for the year. And to see people who tell me, say, SouFlo, me I watch you, me just find your channel, me so heartbroken because I haven't been back in 40 odd years. And I'm like, what? You don't know Jamaica then. I haven't been back in 15, 20 years. I'm never going back. I prefer dead in the snow. Although me have arthritis and me older now and the doctor said the heat would be better for me. I started feeling bad. I'm like, yo, I have to start like facilitating these people's change of mind. Come back and see the island. Come back and invest in the island. You could probably buy your retirement home here. So I go places and I do vlogs on the island. I'm trying to show them like when you're outside viewing the news, you would think as soon as you hit Norman Manley or Donald Sangsters and get out of the airport, y'all gonna hear bop 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 bop, and you're gonna have to duck and drive off. And that's watching the news from the outside. The anxieties will fill you when we cover these crime stories back to back to back to back, right? Kill the man, kill the couple. This brother killed the couple, and the brother get 2 life sentences. That's what it says in the headline. I said to myself, yes, but let me read some more because this not seem right. Uh, hello? Yes, this is he. Yes, I'll be there.
All right, perfect. We'll see you then, okay?
All right, have a good one.
You too, bye-bye.
Bye bye. All right. Pardon the manners. I have a 9 o'clock appointment this morning, and gotta be there. It's after 8. We have talked too long. Anyhow, when he killed 2 people, some said read the fine print so far. Go down more in the article because I've never seen them do this in Jamaica before. So I celebrated quickly as yes, we're getting somewhere. 2 life sentences for 2 people, 2 lives you took. That's fair. When we go read the article says he will be eligible for parole after serving 32 years. He will be eligible for parole after serving 32 years. He's my 20 something years old. He's going to be out still young after he killed them 2 people. But the big headline says 2 life sentences, somebody that celebrate because I thought he should have gotten, okay, we don't have the death penalty, and no matter how much we say it, because I've been saying it for years now, it now come back. I think he should have gotten life without the possibility of parole. End of story. Which means you will die in prison. The only way you could walk out of this prison is when we carry your dead body out to go bury it or cremate it if nobody not come pick you up. That's where it should have ended. I look down further in the comment in the article. It says these 2 life sentences are to run concurrently. Disappointed once again, man, in the Jamaica justice system. And here's why. Listen, watch me out. Watch this. Vybz Cartel. For those of you who are still thinking that cartel case is about lizard, they must really love that little ghetto youth, the lizard stuff. Because here's a man, again, and I've been doing this for a while, in case you don't know. I take these murder cases, I follow them to trial, and then I bring the time they were given in comparison to the Vybz Cartel case. I've done many of them now. What I'm trying to show you is theme case never have nothing to do with no lizard. Vybz Cartel case had nothing to do with no lizard. This man killed 2 people, 2 innocent people, 2 elderly people that should have been enjoying retirement, 2 elderly people that would have been great spokespersons for coming back to Jamaica, retiring, investing in the island, living out your days in paradise. Him gonna murder them. 2 people that were helping him by giving him employment and giving him money to work so he can go take care of himself. Hold your head up. You are able to work and earn. You don't have to be one of them that run around and say, boy, I can't find nothing to do, you know. John know it rough out there, and brother make something go on for me, no beg your thing, no. Them take shame out of your yard, them hire you. Them give you gainful employment, and you kill the people them. 32 years is what he's got to serve. Vybz Kartel has to serve 35 years before he is eligible for parole. This a man that slept with 2 people, and they got to serve. He gets to serve 32 before eligible for parole. I won't say no more to that. I'm going to leave that right there. I got some things to get to, and as much as I would like to talk to you for about 2 hours straight, we're not going to do it this morning. But I want you to think about that. I want you to think about that. On one end, we can say, yes, he's going to be in prison for a long time. On the other end, that's not even half the years of the age of the people whose lives he took. I don't think it's fair that some little hotfoot dirty boy, you live to be 80 years old, and some little 20-something-year-old come take away your life in a gruesome manner like that, and then get 32 years for killing you and your wife. 32 years before eligible for parole. And again, ask yourself, why Kartel get 35 before eligible for parole? They don't have a body still. They have not been able to prove what they said, how they said it happened still. In a court of law, prosecution can't just get up and say, yes, this is how SouFLo killed him. He stabbed him and then beheaded him in that room over there. Should have been a bloody scene in there. Send in a forensics team. Let's see if that theory is true. None of that. Them just come up with a theory about how Kartel killed Lizard and hem up Kartel and all his cronies with life sentences. It is proven that this man killed these people. We have the 2 bodies. Their children are still alive and out here and begging for some justice for their parents. And this is how you reward them. Mega left this also. Here. Have a wonderful day, people. Big up yourself. No, I'm not think Lizard in the US, Papa. Fam, I don't think Lizard in the US because that would be too much risky for them. That would be too risky for them. What if he pops up and says, hey, you're not a free Kartel, because see me, police did run me down and they make me run away. I think they got rid of him themselves. But people will always go off of their feelings instead of go off of what the facts are. Let's see how this goes. Manners and respect to each and every one of you. It's the freaking weekend, baby. And I'm about to get on the road pretty soon and head down to Miami and go take care of some things. And we'll be in touch. All right. Keep good people around you, people that uplift your spirit. And if you can't do that or find that, then it's okay. Fill up your bathtub or your basin or bucket or wherever you have. Soak your feet or soak your whole body. Bust a bottle of wine or turn on some music and bust a wine. Do something by yourself. Love yourself.